Hello, my Fire Ray friends. Welcome to another Fire Ray Fun stream. I am your host, the Infernoman here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So, what exactly are we playing today? Well, I usually actually don't stream. Actually, wait, hold on. I do stream actually on Fridays, sometimes. Any case, again, have a good, wonderful day, everyone. Hopefully, again, you're doing well. Let's jump into the course arena and show you what exactly are we looking at today. So if you were able to at least see that cute little thumbnail we had, we're going to be playing, of course, one of the decks that I kind of saw from, actually, this was a modern deck. So in paper form, I figured, wait, we can kind of make a copy of this for Arena. We did have to make a couple of small modifications, but I think they're going to work out just fine. We don't have Murktide Regent in Arena, but I found a card that was just as good. So that's going to be, of course, what we're looking at today. So the whole point of today is we're going to see if we could try to unearth, if you will, the disgusting, it really is disgusting, by the way, abhorrent Oculus for only 1 mana using unearth to see if we can just overrun our opponent with a ton of value in a deck that I am simply calling I Manifest. So hopefully, again, you don't mind that goofy little pun there. But any case, so here's how it's going to work, everybody. For those of you who are new to this, for those of you who have never seen any of the streams, or if you're watching this on the replay, we're going to, of course, talk about at the beginning of this stream, of course, a breakdown of the deck. We'll go over the stats for just a moment. We'll explain how this deck is supposed to all be working. And then once we get through that, then we'll play as many games as possible. For the first half, it's going to be best of 1, and the second half of the stream will be best of 3, just to kind of give you a little bit of a fair amount of balance to see how well the deck does either way. Once we are done with that, and when we get to the very end of the stream, we'll talk about again how the deck performed overall, good, bad. Maybe again, we might look at ways to improve it. Who knows? We're all going to try to see what we can work with here. Otherwise, once we're done with that, then we'll kind of give you, for those of you that do stick around to the very end, a nice little sneak preview of what's to come down the pipeline. Oh, hey, Densplinit, welcome. Oh, don't worry, you're not late. I just got started right now. I'm just doing my cute little intro, but you did make it. So thanks again for being here, my Fire Ray friend. Always happy to see you here. Okay. So, longtime viewers of the channel know how we do this. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, I Manifest today, again, as I mentioned, is a Dimir deck. It's running on an average mana curve of about 2.0. We're looking at, of course, blue and black, and rocking 14 creatures and 22 instants, 4 sorceries, and 20 lands. Land base does look a little tight, but don't worry, it will work out, because there's a couple cards that technically you can cast for even cheaper than they actually are written on the cards. So, let's go ahead, let's begin by explaining overall the deck itself. So, starting in the 1-drop slot, we're going to start with Brainstorm here. A really, really awesome card. Helps us draw 3 cards. You then put away 2 cards back on top of your library. Of course, for those of you who are veterans to Magic, know that you want to use Brainstorm with ideally one of the fetch lands. So, we'll, of course, crack a fetch land. If you do want to draw 3, reset, of course, what's on the top of the deck if you don't like it, and then kind of build it from there. We also will utilize Consider here. Just, again, throw some cards into the yard by using the Surveil ability and to draw a card at instant speed. We will have a couple counter spells in the deck because, again, we are playing in Timeless, and, man, the mana curve here is very low, so we can take advantage of cards like Spell Pierce here just to kind of catch our opponent off guard. So we are slightly a bit of a tempo deck, if you will. We'll also utilize a little bit of light removal with Fatal Push here. Once again, it's an all-star card, so you have to have it, of course, in the deck. One of our key pieces here that's going to help us with our game plan is going to be Unearth here. So if you don't know how this card works, it's simply a 1-mana sorcery where we can return a target creature card with a mana value of 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Man, that value is so good right now, especially in Timeless. And of course, you know what we're going to be unearthing. Having said that, however, if you actually really don't need the card, you could just cycle it away for 2 just to kind of draw something different. Going into the 2-drop slot here, we have the one and only Counterspell, a staple for any deck that can run it. If it's legal, we're definitely going to take advantage of this card. So amazing, just counters whatever we need. Speaking of also powerful counterspells, I can't believe they actually have this right now in Timeless, Mana Drain. But we're only going to use 2 copies of it. We actually don't need to utilize too often the excess mana, but it is just going to be an extra counterspell that we can definitely use. We're also going to throw in 2 copies of Orcish Bowmasters here in the main deck. Again, this is a really gnarly card, so I figured, you know what, we're going to go all out today. Let's actually have some fun and kind of out-tempo our opponent and punish them if they try to draw any cards. As far as us, it may seem a little weird for us to discard cards, but there is also a key plan to get one of our pieces into the graveyard, which is going to be Psychic Frog. I absolutely love how this frog works. It's actually extremely powerful. Actually, I kind of think it's a bit of a busted card. But for those that don't know, Psychic Frog here is a 1/2 frog that simply reads, if we deal combat damage to a player or planeswalker, just draw a card. We can, of course, discard a card to put a +1/+1 counter on the Psychic Frog itself, and you can exile 3 cards from your graveyard to give the frog flying. So we honestly just want, of course, just the discard effect at instant speed, and you're going to see why in just a second. It's going to be, of course, to take advantage of Abhorrent Oculus. I actually have not had a chance to play with this card since Duskmourn came out, but I finally found a deck that I really like, so today is going to be the day. We're going to try to manifest some wins with this card. For those that don't know, Abhorrent Oculus here is a 3 mana 5/5, so that's still a pretty good value. It's an eye. I still don't know why it's not an eye horror. I mean, it does look absolutely horrific, by the way. Okay, but in any case, it is an eye. So it does say, at an additional cost to cast a spell, you have to exile 6 cards from your graveyard. It has flying, so it's great evasion. And at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you manifest Dread. For those that forgot, manifest just means that you can pull one of the top two cards of your library, look at one of them, put it down onto the battlefield as a 2/2 creature. If it is a creature, you can flip it up face at any time for its mana cost. So that's actually extremely great value, even if we don't even flip them up for the mana cost from manifesting it. The point I'm trying to make, though, is we just want this to help us go as wide as possible with our eyeball and our army of manifested tokens or creatures, if you will, and just overwhelm our opponent with the value we provide. Having said that, of course, there is a ton of removal because it is weak to that, but that's, of course, why we're going to take advantage of Unearth here. If we can get this, ideally, turn 1, get one of our counter spells to protect our creature, or we can use a Consider. Turn 2, Psychic Frog. Discard the Abhorrent Oculus, and then turn 3, unearth it for practically nothing. And if we can keep some mana up, we can keep a counterspell ready to protect it and just eventually just shut our opponent down. That's literally the whole game plan, everyone. But if that game plan does not work out for whatever reason, we're also going to take advantage of Graveyard Trespasser. I actually don't I mean, I love this card for what it does, but usually I hate always facing against it. But this time around, we could take advantage of what it does. So Graveyard Trespasser, Human Werewolf, it has ward ability, so it protects itself unless our opponent discards a card. And of course, when it does enter or attack, you can exile some cards. So it's great graveyard hate against our opponents. If we do manage to exile a couple creatures, we can make them lose life and gain 1 life. It has the Daybound ability, so it could flip into a werewolf. We don't usually worry if it does flip or not, because more likely than not, that kind of doesn't work out for us. But if it does flip into a more powerful werewolf, that's just extra value we get. So that's just sweet for us overall. As far as some extra removal, we'll have 2 copies of Baleful Mastery here. It is 4 mana, but ideally, you're going to only pay 2 mana for it. Yes, you will have to kind of give your opponent a card if you want to pay 2 mana for it, but we do need, of course, instant speed exiling effects. So this is actually good for certain key creatures we really don't want to deal with and we just don't want to destroy. And then finally, in the very end at 5 mana, although you're not going to really cast it too often for 5 mana, it's going to be Stormwing Entity here. A 5 mana 3/3 elemental that says you can pay 3 less to cast it if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. When it enters, you can then scry 2. It has flying and it has prowess. So if you're just planning to out-tempo your opponent, put this down on the field. It can be a great finisher for our opponent here. You'll notice that pretty much a lot of our creatures have evasion effects, so this is an amazing card for us if we can just get it down for the cheaper cost. Now, of course, we are going to be a non-budget deck today. Don't worry, we will try to have, again, a budget deck coming up for you in the future, at least going to be uploaded later next week. But for now, as far as the budget for our actual plan here, if you can't afford all these dual lands, just throw in whatever you can for this kind of deck. But for today, if you can't afford it, here's what you're going to rock. We have 4 islands. An Otawara Soaring City for bounce. Not too often you need it, but it can be great in a pinch. Hive of the Eye Tyrant creates for us another creature, and also we can utilize it for additional graveyard hate. We have 2 swamps. We'll have some Undercity Sewers that you're going to want to fetch out, ideally with Polluted Delta here, so that we are going to take advantage of some fetch lands. And we have 4 Watery Graves, of course, so we can also fetch these out, also with our Polluted Delta. So that's going to be our game plan there. And as far as the sideboard, we will be utilizing a little bit later today. So for what we have currently, we have Cosign to Memory here, which will allow us to counter a target triggered ability or a colorless spell. There's a lot of colorless shenanigans in Timeless right now, so I figured this is actually probably going to be ideal for us for select opponents, and also targeting triggered abilities is actually pretty nice too. The Replicate is also just a sweet bonus on top of that. As far as just getting rid of certain things at instant speed, we have Surgical Extraction here to pick off very select cards that we just want to deal with and just get them out of our opponent's graveyard, or at least their libraries. And then we are going to be dealing with a lot of blue decks in this format, so Mystical Dispute is going to be our best option for us. We need to bring in some more counterspell shenanigans. An extra copy of Fatal Push is going to be here as well, so that's actually good for us for additional removal. So Guy Lantern, if you do need really hard graveyard hate, if maybe your opponent is milling like crazy, bring in Soul Guide Lantern for you. We have Brazen Borrow here, just a single copy of it. Again, it's just for tempo reasons, just bounce something that we just can't deal with here. And then we can also utilize it as a flying 3/1 to kind of put a clock on our opponent. If we do want to kind of mess with our opponent even more, we have Harbinger of the Seas here. Non-basic lands are becoming islands, so this is actually hilarious. Granted, it may try to hose us just a little bit, but that's also the reason why, as much as I love this card, we have a couple copies of both islands and swamps. So we don't want to go too greedy with a mana base, just so we can still cast stuff even if we have the Merfolk Wizard out. And then finally, our on and only Wrath, well actually technically two of them, is going to be Toxic Deluge here. So for those opponents that just we have a hard time dealing with their go-wide strategies, we can utilize this as well. We will have to pay quite a bit of life if we want to make it bigger, but that's going to be a small price to pay just to ensure that we can get to our victory. Okay, so, whew, all right, I'm going to have to breathe in there for a second there, everybody, but thanks again for hanging in there. So, there you go, everybody. The question we need to ask is it possible for us to manage to get a couple victories by manifesting a bunch of creatures with our abhorrent Oculus? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, I don't know about you, but let's go ahead. We're going to save this right here, make sure we got it, and let's jump into Timeless now. We're going to play some Ranked, and let's see how well we do. All right, so here we go, everybody. Let's get this started.
It's time to do.
All right. Okay. I mean, I actually haven't played with the Oculus too much, but it actually is a pretty powerful card if we could just kind of cheat it out into play. So we should be good here. Yes. I spy, with my little eye, hopefully some victories today. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we have the Abhorrent Oculus, which is great. We do have Consider, so we can draw a card, Fatal Push for removal, and a couple of counter spells here to kind of protect our game plan. Okay. We don't have the Unearth in hand, but that's fine. Okay, our opponent is playing Leyline of Sanctity. Okay. I mean, we don't have any discards, so we don't really care about that. We'll simply play right now Undercity Sewers. Okay, let's see what we throw away. Baleful Mastery. Do we want to keep that? We'll hold on to that for just a moment, because I don't know what our opponent's throwing at us just yet. All right. Opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got. Okay, got that Baleful Mastery now. Put it down an island, and then we'll pass. So our opponent's got a Watery Grave. So are they an Esper deck? Brainstorm. Okay, that's fine. We'll let them brainstorm. But what exactly is our opponent coming up with? Trying to figure it out myself here. Den Splendid was playing Brawl format. My lord, was Alchemy everywhere. Oh, that sounds absolutely disgusting, by the way. Sorry to hear that, but don't worry. It'll get better. Okay, so, assemble the team. Okay, we're going to Spell Pierce that. I don't want them to get too cheeky with their stuff here. Let's consider. Consider the possibility. Okay, so we'll throw an Oculus in there. If we can get an Unearth, this will be great. Polluted Delta. Okay, well, that's still fine, too. Second Baleful Mastery's out, and then we'll pass the turn. We can't cast our current Oculus right now because we don't have enough cards in the graveyard, but we are setting up for that, so we should be good no matter what we do. All right. Flooded Strand. They sack it. Okay. Opponent, what do you got? All right. Get another island. Oh, Show and Tell. All right. Well, we can't have that resolved, so Mana Drain's got to go. Sorry, opponent. Denied. Okay. Get the Polluted Delta sacked, so we can now throw that into the yard, and we'll also get an Undercity Sewers. Okay. Well, the deck is doing its thing. Consider. Okay. Well, we don't need that right now. Throw that into the yard, too. Okay, so we got our Psychic Frog, which is great. And here we go, everybody. This is what we came here for. Abhorrent Oculus time. And we'll sacrifice, or at least I should say exile, everything we got. Nice! All right. And then we got it protected currently. Here we go, everybody. The Manifest Dread is coming. But can our opponent get there with what they got? To be continued. All right, opponents, what do you got? Can you make this happen? Assemble the team is like Demonic Tutor, but you can run 4 of. It's a disgusting card. Yeah, it is. I mean, not gonna lie, like, this is why, again, and I'm not trying to do this as my usual Infernoman hates alchemy and wants to remind everybody of it every single stream, but I'm not gonna lie, it is true though. Assemble the team here. God, this is such a broken card. Like, come on. An uncommon alchemy card that allows you to dig out the top 30 of your library. That's literally at minimum, even what you're holding in your hand, that's what, 18 cards? That's pretty deep into your deck. So, and it also scales up very well if you're playing even like Yorion, because with Yorion, now you're looking, what, 20, 21 cards? Absolutely disgusting. I don't know why Wizards bothers with these alchemy cards. It's just, I just don't like them. They just kind of get me annoyed. But any case, going back to the game real quick. So our opponent, we were able to finally counter their show and tell. We got their Assemble the Titans. So I don't know, opponents. Can you beat this? Can you beat this? Let's see. Opponent is taking their time to think about this, though. But I don't know. I don't think they got this. I feel like we got this win pretty locked in right here. But we'll see. Opponents, you there? Come on. Don't keep me waiting too long. Okay. All right. I guess we'll just. I guess it doesn't really matter what we manifest. We'll just get whatever. Okay. Opponents. Nothing. All right. Well. Time to start swinging. Assuming our opponent is still there. Den Splinit. Got 4th copy of Annex, now brewing with Dimir Rooms. Nice! Finally got that extra copy. Hopefully, again, it works out for you. We might look at Rooms again, because I actually haven't put together the 5-color commander deck for Rooms. And I've been feeling very multicolor in the past couple days. Like, I put together a couple other multicolor decks, but I'm still trying to test them out. Let me know how it goes for you. Hopefully, again, it works. Again, that Annex is a very powerful card. I really greatly underestimated it in the early part when it first was shown, but man, it does really good. Especially once you got at least a demon out, then it just turns to extra value. Maybe I should actually get a paper copy for myself for a future deck. Oh, opponent, you're not there? Okay, sure. Free swing. Down to 8 opponents. All right, we'll pass. I am manifesting a victory here, everybody. Oh man, this is so good. The Oculus is such a powerful card. I also underestimated this card too. Like the fact that it just keeps making creatures. I mean, granted, it has to be on your opponent's turn, but man, that's great value. That is such good value. I think our opponent, however, has kind of given up. We literally, we countered their whole game plan. The Leyline of Sanctity, we didn't care. The Show and Tell, we didn't care. And the Assemble the Team, I hate the card, but we got through that all. Our opponent, I think, just kind of, I think they're done. I think they're done. Yeah, this is so good. Oh, man. All right, well, while our opponent is taking their sweet time, yeah. What are your thoughts right now on Ether Drift? It's only been, I know, a couple days, but we've gotten a lot of cards shown so far. So, yeah. I know, Dunsplanet, you're there. Is there anything you've seen so far that interests you in what Ether Drift has to offer? I'd like to hear. Or if anybody else out there. Oh, and our opponent has given up. So, yeah. Woo! Victory, everybody. Our opponent had enough. They could not handle our eye at all. All right. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I like this deck. All right, so got a victory today. We get our free little card here. Nice. We'll play again. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's continue on. Timeless Ranked with the Eye Manifest. Yeah. The deck actually converted pretty well, actually, from paper modern to timeless. It is very powerful, I will say. Den Splinit. The sweet spot for room strategies is 15, maybe 16 rooms. Okay. I will definitely also say I fought against a couple of room decks in Brawl, and man, it's actually pretty powerful. I think it might arguably be the better Enchantress deck, better than the Saga deck we played a couple days ago. I will probably say that's actually much more stronger. Rooms definitely are really good. And then also, that new zombie support card. And my man, have you seen the alt art? Are you talking about the mummy card that allows you to embalm any creature? Is that the card you're talking about? Oh, by the way, I forgot we're also playing right now. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, we got card draw, counterspell, psychic frog, nice. Unearth, and we also have a bowmaster. Pretty good hand, very tempo-y, so I think we could pull off some good stuff here. Oh, it is that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of want a copy of that card. I don't play zombies too often, but we're definitely gonna be playing with that card. We're definitely going to be making a zombie deck once we get to Ether Drift. It's been a while since we've actually played one, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, we all know, of course, a paper version of that new mummy card is going to be very, very expensive because it is I love the art. I mean, a lot of people love the art, but also because the, as I would say, waifu tax. The alt art one is going to be probably very expensive, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. In any case, polluted delta. We will get out, of course, undercity sewers so we can start surveilling. Man, surveillance are so powerful. Okay, we'll throw away Psychic Frog. We already have one. All right, we got an island. That's good. Okay, so we will pass here. So we can bring out Orcish Bowmasters if our opponent's going to get cheeky with any card draw. We also have Counterspell still ready in the wings. Let's see. Show me what you got, opponent. Malevolent Rumble. Do we care about this? Real tough. Okay. Okay. We'll let them have that. That's fine. What are they taking? Okay. So they're going to have Eldritch Evolution. Okay. So they're going to try to start sacking stuff for value. We'll see how this goes. All right. Eldrazi spawn. I might... Okay, Malevolent Rumble. All right. That's fine. Okay. So they got a Blood Artist coming up too. All right. So with that... Interesting, opponent. Okay, well, we're going to have to rain on their parade just a little bit here. That Eldrazi spawn's going to go bye-bye. Oh, they actually sacked it. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't really care if they actually do that. We'll hurt ourselves there. Okay, so we need to keep up the mana for counters. Actually, hold on one second. Wait, I'm dumb. Hold on. We'll do it this way. Oh, man, this deck is so awesome. Okay, throw away that Dimir Oculus. Unearth it right now. You know what? We're just going to do it. We're doing it right now. All right, do you beat a floating eyeball opponent with all this value? So we would punish them for whatever they have. We'll manifest another one, too. Oh, my goodness. This deck is so good. Also, the new blue card for 3 mana. It's like a Poor Man's variant of Memory Deluge. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I should probably check it out. Definitely got to see that. Awesome. That sounds actually really, really good. All right. So, let's see. Let's see. Actually, I think we're good here. So, here's how we do this. We're going to manifest this now. Turn it up. Opponent. 2 floating eyeballs for 10 damage. Oh, man, this deck. Wow. That much power already. All right. I'm manifesting another win, hopefully, everybody. Can we get there? I mean, granted, we're going to lose quite a few cards here, but that's okay. The amount of power we're putting out there is actually really, really good. All right. Let's see, opponent. Show me what you got. Can you beat this value? Blood Artist. Okay. Okay. Well, they look like they're going to try to get back some of their value using Blood Artist here. We'll see if they can, but the clock is ticking, opponents. Clock is definitely ticking, though. Will they do it, though? Okay. Blood Artist. Is there anything we want to just dump into the yard? You know what? We'll have to let that go. But... Oh, that actually triggered still? Oh. Oh my goodness, we actually got them with that. Victory, everybody. All right. I didn't think that triggered. So that threw me off for a second there. So, okay, I thought the Orcish Bowmaster trigger wasn't going to go because that would have died first, and then he drew the card, but it all went off at the same time, so we picked off their Blood Artists before they could do their shenanigans. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. That was awesome. Absolutely hilarious. Okay. So with that. All right, so another victory. I'm liking this deck. I usually don't play Dimir too often, but yeah, deck's feeling pretty good right now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to jinx myself right now by saying that, and I'm probably going to get like 5 losses in a row. But hey, the deck does its thing, so I'm pretty happy about that. Then split it. Look, top 5. Okay, so the card is look top 5 cards and pick 2 of them to put into your hand. Definitely a good pick for budget control decks with a side of Deduce. So it's going to be included in my Rooms deck for sure. Well, that sounds pretty cool. There is also another card that's kind of like Phyrexian Arena, but it's red. So instead, 3 mana. I think it's an enchantment where you exile the top card of your library. So that's, I guess, going to be the red version of that. So I'm looking forward to that card. That'll actually be a really solid card for maybe a mono red devotion deck if we actually go back to look at that archetype in the future. That sounds awesome. Okay. Any case, let's see what we got here. So we got a mana drain. We have Orcish Bowmasters. We have Unearth and a Graveyard Trespassers. So we don't have the Eye, but that's fine. We still have a couple of other solid pieces here that'll help us get to our game plan. Ooh, we have another Unearth. We'll keep that. Just in case we do need to put something back. Okay, Mountain. I think the only weakness to this deck is there's not really any way for us to stabilize against more aggro decks out there. If we can just avoid not losing too much life, if you will. All right, Vexing Bauble. All right. Well, this doesn't hurt us too much here because we're not playing anything for free. But in any case, let us play an island, and we'll pass. All right. Show me what you got, opponent. Show me what you got. It's time to duel. Ooh, Impact Tremors. Oh, okay. Well, do we want that on the field? I guess we'll have to counterspell that. Mana drain out of the... So, denied opponents. Make a little extra mana. We'll play the Watery Grave. And we'll play Graveyard Trespasser. We'll eat that. Oh, num num num. And pass here. Okay, so we still have mana open for Orcish Bowmasters if we need it. All right. Opponents. You will have to discard a card if you want to get rid of Graveyard Trespasser. Wow, they play the Lightning Bolt. Okay. I mean, that's actually fine because we have ways of unearthing it, so we can just bring it back. I actually don't care. All right, opponents. Oh, they threw away the Source of Plowshare? Interesting. Okay. All right. That's fine. This is fine, everyone. Ooh, Amped Raptor. Okay. Well, all right. Well, our opponent's going to try to think that they have the edge on us. I'm still going to sound the alarm just in case, because Amped Raptor is a pretty powerful card, but it looks like, oh, wow, they fizzled. Oh. Oops. Oh, well. All right, Orcish Bowmaster coming in. Now we're talking. Say goodbye to the dinosaur. It's going extinct, and we draw our next card. Oh, my goodness. Another mana drain, everybody. Beautiful. Okay, so in the meantime, let us unearth our Graveyard Trespasser, bringing it back. I'll eat the dinosaur. Oh, num num num. Thank you. We'll gain some life there. We will swing. Now I'm talking. All right. So put down the Polluted Delta. We'll pass here. Deck's actually feeling really good right now. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a little high on that right now. It's just, we've only just begun. But yeah, deck feels really good. Static Prison. All right. Well, we can't have that lock anything out. So we're actually going to counterspell that now. Oh, opponent, are you going to actually do it? Do it. I dare you. Wow, they drew a card there. All right. That's cool. We do get a free ping off. Our army grows. Oh, man. All right, all right, all right. We'll not get too far ahead of ourselves here, but let's see. We will get another Undercity Source to Surveil. Come on, throw away an island. Okay. Not what we need, but that's okay. We'll throw it away. Spell Pierce. Well, not really anything we can do with the extra mana, but that's okay. We still have great value right now. So we'll eat another card. Down to 10 opponents. Clock is ticking. And we get to flip this into our werewolf. Beautiful. Wow, this deck is actually going off. Wow, Swords of Plowshare. Okay. I mean, that's fine. They discard a card. Okay. Well, I guess that's going to have to go bye-bye. That's unfortunate. That's okay, though. We still have some good value. We have a Spell Pierce again. Can't unearth anything just yet. We'll swing here. Down to 7. Opponents? What do you got? Show me what you got. 1 card in hand. Oh, okay. Arabella. Well, okay. She's not much of a threat by herself. So that is good for us. Stormwing Entity. Okay. So let's see. How do we do this here? No attacks yet. Can't get through just yet, but that's okay. Sundown Pass. Okay, so we're at an awkward standstill right now. Who's going to get there? I will find out in a second. All right, come on. Give me a good card. Ooh, okay. This is good for us. So we consider on the main phase here. We will... I guess we'll keep the Unearth, just in case. This does mean now Stormwing Entity comes in. This is why we want the card in the deck. So now we can scry to fix up our next draw step here. All right. We'll keep the Frog just in case. No attacks. Opponents, you have now another clock to deal with here. Can you stop it? Guided Souls. Okay. Still not a threat against us, so this has actually been pretty nice so far. We will unearth... Oh, wait, actually, we didn't put the Frog in there, did we? Nope, we did not. Okay, that's okay. Down to 4. All right, we're almost there, everybody. Can we get there, though? Can we get there? Ocelot Pride. A small threat for now. Because our opponent's going to start gaining life. Ew. Ew. That's okay. Our opponent's going to start getting cheeky here. But they do know that we have enough creatures where we can stop this. Okay. Actually, wait. Do we want to stop this? Hold on. Exile 3 cards. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. This becomes a 1, 2, 2, 3. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Doing the math here. Doing the math. Okay. Becomes a 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay. I think we have enough for this. Clock is ticking. Wow, it took literally all of our cards in hand to do this. There we go. Locking you. There we go. Nice. Granted, yes, they do gain a little bit back, but that's not a big deal for us. So, let's see. We will discard. Exile 3. All right. We still got a clock on our opponent here because there we go, everybody. Yes! Victory! Oh, man. That was a beautiful one. Woo! All right. There we go, everybody. Wow, the power of the Frog. And we got there what we had. Wow, that was a close one, but we did it. So far, so good. We're on a good streak right now. Really good streak. All right. 3 wins. I mean, we definitely needed this from the last time we played on stream. Last time on stream, we were terrible. Like, man, I was going to cry on the last time we played on stream. But this time around, we've actually been pretty good. So I've been feeling really good about how this match goes. Okay. So again, we'll probably try to get in maybe 3 or 4 more matches depending on how long it takes. And we're going to jump then to best of 3. But so far, the deck does really, really good actually with what we got. There is a little bit of a curve to adjusting yourself, as you kind of saw there. It took me a bit of a second here because, hey, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the most strongest and most clever of Magic players. But once I did a little bit of math there, I was able to kind of figure out that all we just had to do was just throw away everything, discard everything, and we had a strong enough Frog to get what we need. Okay, so yeah, Psychic Frog. Great card. Busted, actually, but okay. Any case, let's see what we got. So we can't counterspell with this hand, but the Undercity Sewers will help us surveil. Psychic Frog can throw stuff away if we need to, and Orcish Bowmasters can kind of be our tempo play. Oh yes. All glory to Psychic Frog. All glory, everybody. We must hail the glory that is the Psychic Frog. Incredibly powerful card here. Absolutely amazing card. Really busted. But I like it. I like the card. Okay, any case, Undercity Sewers. Okay. We'll keep the extra Orcish Bowmaster, just in case. Just in case. We won't be able to counterspell for a little bit, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Our opponent kept a very small hand here, though, so we'll see. Definitely a modern. Frog is nuts. Oh yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you on that, Dense Linnet. Psychic Frog is extremely powerful. Too bad I don't have any paper decks where I feel like I need him. But maybe in the future if I feel cheeky enough to actually buy one. Alright, Orcish Bowmaster putting down a threat on the field since we only played an island. Okay, so we have our Abhorrent Oculus now, so this will be good. Just going to tap out now. Down to 16. Alright, opponent. Show me what you got. Come on. Show me. Okay, so they're playing Is It? We'll see. We'll throw away the Abhorrent Oculus now, in case we get the Unearth. Okay. Another eyeball, but that's okay. We don't need it, but it might be helpful. Down to 12. We do get to draw a card off of that, so that's nice. Okay. Not the land I wanted to see immediately, but I'll take it. Seek new knowledge. Okay. Opponent is playing with alchemy cards, which is disgusting. Totally fair. That's okay. It comes with the territory. We'll throw away the entity. We don't need that. So we still at least have some mana open for another Bowmasters, or we can then maybe exile whatever shenanigans they're going to try to throw on us. But I'm guessing it's some kind of combo deck if they're like this. They had to keep a very small hand if they wanted to pull this off. Okay, opponent. Alright. Discard another card. Throw away the other eyeball. We don't have enough anyway to exile to get the rest, but that's okay. Another Stormwing entity. You know what? We'll throw it away too. Keep bumping the frog. Big Ribbit. Down to 6. We'll draw another card. Another frog, okay. But at least now we have mana open for a counterspell. So that's mostly what I'm waiting for now, is we have to counterspell at the right moment, and we should be good here. Our opponent right now is looking at lethal. So whatever they have, you got to play it now, opponent. Now or never. What is it? Dense Linnet. Still evoke cards like Fury and anything else related are so unfair. Yeah. I mean, I know almost a year ago now we played my own budget version of Scam, and okay, and our opponent has had enough. There we go. Once again, another victory for us today, everybody. We are on a win streak, actually. Look at that. We're ranking up. All right. Maybe I might actually get out of Platinum before the ladder resets again. Who knows? Who knows? I'm feeling pretty good about this deck. I think that's now, what, 4 wins in a row we've gotten? Yeah. Pretty good. I really need to put together at some point a way to show off our win-loss ratio with decks when we play them on stream. I will try to see if I can work on that maybe once I come back from vacation, which, for those that don't know, next week I will be on vacation. I'll probably reiterate this maybe at the end of the stream. But again, I'll be gone for about a week. So next week, content will be a little bit on the light side. So what I'm going to try to do is, small spoiler, I'm going to see if I can try to squeeze in one more stream before I fly. I don't fly until Monday, but Sunday, and maybe in the early afternoon or evening, I'm going to see if I can try to pull in one more stream. Just one more, so that way at least you guys got something to enjoy while I'm gone. But don't worry, I'm also going to try to squeeze in maybe making another video to try to get it out for the week. I'm almost done with the video ahead of time, so that should be good. It's just going to be really exhausting to see if I can put together maybe a video or two during the vacation, so I still have content for all of you to enjoy near the end of next week. Ew. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but again, I do like making my videos. Okay, so let's see. This is a bit of a tricky one because we do have counter spells. We have a Consider and a Brainstorm. Do we keep this hand, though? We can't play the Psychic Frog yet, but I'm going to keep this because we have enough here. We should be able to stop our opponent from anything they try to throw at us. And we do have Considered a card draw and maybe filter into the graveyard some stuff. Right, opponent. They made a tap land, sink into Stupor. Let's consider the possibilities. Okay, Undercity Sewer will actually keep that. We do want that. Oh, and a Polluted Delta. Nice. All right, so here's how we do this. Polluted Delta down. So we can Brainstorm away. We can then sack the Polluted Delta, reset our next couple draws. All right, Brainstorm time. Unless if our opponent has a counterspell. Do you have a counterspell, opponent? Oh, they don't. Okay. So let's see. What do we put back and not need? So we definitely need the lands. So let's keep those here. We'll put back one frog. And I guess maybe the Fatal Push? Or actually, we have like 5 lands. We'll put back the Polluted Delta number 2. Or maybe the island. No, the island. Okay. All right. And then sack. Remember, kids, brainstorm first, sack second. And then with that, we'll get our Undercity Sewers number 2. So this means we can definitely filter out what we need. Okay. Orcish Bowmaster's on top. We'll keep that. Just in case. Just in case. All right. We'll play another Polluted Delta. And then we'll have to get a wait. It's tempting right now to put down stuff, but I don't know what our opponent is also trying to do, but we're going to see. Can we out-tempo them? That is the question here. Another land. So, based on what our opponent is trying to do here, while I'm trying to figure out the math here, they're playing... Okay. Have Stink into Supers here. Definitely a tempo deck. So, let's see if we can bait him out a bit. Come on, opponents. Show me what you got. Come on.
It's time to do.
Oh, you could be right. It might be Belcher. I haven't played against Belcher in a while, so I kind of forgot that that deck does exist in Timeless. It's been a while. I've mostly been hanging out, and you've seen, I've been mostly doing right now Explore and some standard content with some brawls dashed in. So it's been a while for me to remember what was in Timeless. But okay. Opponent is thinking right now. Opponent. Opponent. Okay. Don't keep me waiting too long. Anytime now. Okay. I guess I'm just going to get some water while I wait for my opponent to kind of someday come back to us. All right. Opponent. Hello? Hello? Opponent? Are you there? Maybe they went to go get an Amazon package. Okay, there we go. I think they're there, I guess. And Polluted Delta cracked. That might be true, too. I forget that sometimes that some opponents have internet problems. I mean, we've had our share of internet issues many times on stream. So maybe I shouldn't be too hard on our opponent there. Okay. Otawara. We'll throw that away. We don't need that right now. Mana Drain. All right. We'll play another Undercity Sewers. Surveil some more. Come on. Where's our eyeball? Or at least our Unearth. One of those two. Maybe. Opponents? Is your internet okay? Do you need help? Blink twice if you need help. Okay. Okay. Well, while our opponent is figuring things out, if you do like the content, and if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on the replay, as always, show some love. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. If you do like the content, if you like budget, jank, fun decks, if you are enjoying the fun, fiery, fun streams that I provide, if you're enjoying the booster pack opening videos that I do, which, speaking of which, also I am planning on redesigning my booster pack openings. Based on some fun advice that I got, there was some players and some viewers out there that were suggesting how we can improve that. So the next video that's booster pack opening, I'm going to try to revamp that to make it a little bit more exciting and a little bit more personable so it doesn't feel too manufactured. I know I've been kind of being a little lazy with those recently. So that's what we're going to try to do. That first new version of our booster pack opening will be up on, I believe it should be Tuesday. Yeah, I think we're going to make it for a Tuesday. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what our opponent is doing. I'm just trying to calculate their strategy here. I mean, they're there, but not really, kind of. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, we definitely have at least enough counterspells to handle anything they throw at us. Okay. I'll let that go. I'm not too worried right now. I'm just trying to figure out their game plan. Once they tap out, though, or at least once they have enough gone, I can then put out that frog. That's what we need. Surveil, more like throw into a bin. Oh, okay. So they also have a frog. All right, well. Game on, opponent. Who can get down their frog first? Do they have a counterspell? All right, they Polluted Delta. Okay, so most likely they're going to get out There you go. They got a swamp. Opponents? Do you have an answer? Polluted Delta number 2. All right. Well. Any more? There's the mana drain. Okay. So with that, we will Spell Pierce. Got him. Anything else, opponent? There's the Fatal Push. Wow, okay. Counters, removal, counters, removal. Woo! All right. Well, we did manage to get them completely tapped out, which is what we wanted to a degree. Because now we can play Psychic Frog finally on our end. Such a shame we couldn't use that extra mana, but that's okay. Not a big deal. In any case, so we got our Frog down first. Opponent has 4 cards just like us. We have the advantage, but only slightly. Ooh. So they're also playing. Okay. I see your game here, opponents. Do you have an answer to our counterspell? Orcish Bowmaster. Okay. This will kind of shut down now our brainstorm game plan. So. Okay. Whew. Wow. What a match. So, with that, we'll toss that out. Brainstorm now. Get 3. Okay, what do we put back? Swamp and Polluted Delta. Oh, actually, hold on. We could throw out the Frog. All right, there we go. Put those back. Okay. Sacrifice with Polluted Delta to toss them out. We'll throw in there a final Undercity Sewers, so we can surveil. Have the Eye Tyrant. I actually might keep that hand. Okay. And there we go, everybody. Now we're talking. Aw, yeah. Wow. Outdid our opponent there. Do they block? Whew. Yeah, the mirror matches are definitely a tough one, but we managed to outmaneuver our opponent there. Wow. I'm not going to lie, yeah. Dimir, I don't even know what I really want to call this deck. It's basically Dimir I Manifest, kind of like what I said. But yeah, deck is really, really good. Very versatile and very powerful. Even in the mirror match you saw right now, deck can definitely work it. It can definitely grind. I like this deck. I think this one might actually be a permanent one I'm going to keep for... just to keep on my arena. All right, so we got the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which is great. Now the manifesting begins. You can't stop me, opponents. You have 2 cards in hand. I don't know what else you have, but I don't know if you have an answer for us. Hopefully I'm not getting too ahead of myself here. Okay, they brainstorm. Okay. They're going to try to see if they can find a way to get out of this hold they have against us. Opponents. What you got? Okay, they toss out a Bowmaster. Interesting. Okay. Okay. His doesn't really matter. Okay. We'll manifest. Okay, opponents. 3 cards in hand. What do you got? Show me what you got. Okay. Nothing? Anything? Anything at all? Okay. Well, time for us to make our maneuver here. So, how do we do this here? We're going to exile 3. Because I want to get that value from our frog. We need to draw cards. Down to 3. Draw a card. Okay, beautiful. It's a counterspell. Okay, so at least for a little bit, we do have options. Wait, can I flip this at instant speed? Oh my goodness, I can. There we go, everybody. Ping him out. Ping him out. Manifest is good. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Come on, opponent. That's 3 pings. Let me have it. There we go, everybody. Victory once again. Woo! Man, what a deck. What a deck. This deck is amazing. I think I might make this one probably the highlight for when I'm on vacation. I'm just see if I can clip this down. I'll throw it up again. Oh man, what a beautiful deck. Okay, so we'll do one more best of 1, and then we're going to jump to best of 3. But the deck in best of 1, that's right. We got a 5-0 there. We're doing great with this deck. Oh man. Woo! I'm feeling so hot right now. Even if we do lose the remainder of the game, this deck definitely works it. I'm a believer now. I'm definitely a believer in the Dimir Frog / Eyeball deck. This is an impressive deck. And this is honestly, I think this is the best I've actually run in a while. We're running hot today. It's a good day. It's a good day. Okay, so we're going to keep this hand here. We will have to wait a little bit in order to get the Oculus down, but we also have a Graveyard Trespasser. So let's see. Can we get there? Come on, opponent.
It's time.
It's time. All right, so let's see. Got Surveil. We'll throw the extra eyeball into the yard in case we do manage to recur it. Okay, Scalding Tarn. They sack it to get a Thundering Falls. The Surveil lands were literally the best thing that came out of Karlov Manor. I know some people like me, I didn't really care for the set, but the lands here are very strong. I just wish they weren't so expensive though. I think these are like $8, $9 a piece, so they're just as much as a shock land. Yikes. Any case, so we'll put down a Schwamp, and I guess we'll just wait it out for a bit. We'll probably consider, and we'll see what our opponent has. They crack the Scalding Tarn. Opponents, Surveillin. All right, and we pass. Okay, so what do we got now? What does our opponent going to throw at us? They shock themselves. Favor of the Miller Breaker. We'll Spell Pierce that. We can't have them have that kind of value. No. Too bad. Okay, so we need a way. Hold on. What? Oh, we do have an eyeball in the yard. Oh my goodness. Here we go again, everybody. Get that eyeball on the field, everybody. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Start manifesting. Start that manifesting. Let's manifest our victory. Okay, we'll get the frog. Throw away the unearth. Aw, such a shame. I wanted to keep that unearth just in case we need another copy. That's okay, though. Can't get too greedy. Dense Split. More expensive or as expensive as a Shockland? I think it depends on which ones you get. So copies like Thundering Falls, I think they go for the same amount that a Steam Vents goes for, which is absolutely ridiculous. But the weaker ones are like the Selesnya ones. Those are the ones that I think you can get for way cheaper. So I would wait it out. Also, the other good ones that we just had a really good land cycle at. The Verge lands are actually also pretty good as well. Okay, opponent Spell Pierces or Brainstorm. That's fine. I would rather they do that. Okay, Polluted Delta. Down it. They swing. Or actually, we're swinging. I forgot. Derp. Alright, Lightning Bolts. Do we flip it? If we flip it, I could throw away some stuff. Okay. We're going to do it. Throw away one. Our opponent's got 3 cards in hand. I don't think they're going to try to completely get rid of the frog. Discard number 2. Okay. So it's now out of range of getting bolted. Man, the frog is so good. Really broken card, honestly. Okay, opponent. You have 1 mana open. Anything? No, they let go. Nice. And we get to draw a card. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Dense Planet. The Verge lands. Also, yes, they are coming to Ether Drift. So now we will have the full set of Verge lands. They're actually really good lands. I actually do like the lands, but they are starting to climb in price. So if anybody is going to buy some dual lands, and our opponent has had enough, all right. Another victory. We are 6-0 right now today. We are running high, very high, and we're ranking up actually pretty well. Hopefully I did not jinx myself there. Hopefully not. Any case, yeah. We're really good right now. Okay, so we're now going to jump to best of 3. I know I don't want to kind of mess with my mojo to a degree because we've been doing really well, but I really want to give, again, the deck a fair shot in best of 3. Let's see how well it does. So now we're going to jump, of course, to best of 3 to see if we can just keep ranking up or maybe we'll fizzle. Who knows? We'll see right now in just a minute. But right now, the deck feels so good as is. There might be some tweaks I might do personally just now that I've gotten a lot more time to kind of play around with the deck, but it feels great. It feels really good. But yeah, I need to finish putting together my video regarding what to craft in terms of your lands. So right now, I'm going to probably do a part 1 where or I might do the whole thing. I don't know. It might take a while for me to build the whole video, but the whole point of the video that I'm trying to finish up will also be a lands where you craft. The first part will be all the monocolored lands. The second part of it will be the dual lands. And then we'll try to see if we can squeeze in, oh boy, the tri-lands and anything else that's essential for a good mana base in Arena. But we'll try to put that together at some point. Any case, all right, so let's see what we got. So we got the Unearth, which is great. The Frog to throw away stuff. We can get the Eyeball. We can dig out stuff and counterspell. Solid hand. This is great. This is what we wanted. Okay, so let's see. We'll play Undercity Sewers. We'll throw away the Consider. We don't need that. We already have one. Okay. Opponent, show me what you got. Show me what you got. All right. Psychic Frog now. And pass. Okay, opponents. All right, so they also have a frog too. All right. Game on, opponents. Let's see whose frog is going to outdo who. Okay, we got the Polluted Delta. We'll swing first off. Does our opponent take the bait? I don't think they're going to block. Oh, they do block. Okay. Well, we can discard what we don't need. So in that case, we'll throw away the swamp. Opponents. Okay. Oh. Ugh. They're throwing away an Atraxa. Well, that puts us in a bit of a scary spot now. Because this is going to be a troublesome thing. But we'll see. Opponents? Will they throw everything into the yard, though? Yeah, it's a Reanimator deck. So our opponent is trying to now get all the free stuff into the yard. We'll see. Okay. This is now going to be a war to see. I mean, they have more cards than us, unfortunately. So, okay. We will discard another card. Actually, no, hold on. Toss this in. See if we can draw into at least the Eyeball. Actually, we'll keep that. We'll keep that. Crack here. Okay. We're probably going to have to lose our frog here, unfortunately, but it will be fine. Get an island. But our opponent had to throw away a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. So, this is going to be a little bit bad. I think this might... Well, it looks like this might end now our win streak currently, but that's okay. That's fine. We were going to start running into some challenges at some point. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we don't have any way to protect ourselves, but we're going to have to wait. We are concerned about that Atraxa coming back. That's our thing that I'm going to worry about the most. Ew. Okay. Okay. So... Okay, so there's the Reanimates. So for that, we will... All right. I guess we don't have a choice. We'll have to mana drain. Most likely they have the Spell Pierce. They have to have the Spell Pierce. Oh. Okay. Whew. Well, we avoided things for just a bit. Thankfully, though, we do have at least enough in the yard to get our eyeball out. And we have the Spell Pierce available, so I think we might have stabilized, but we'll see. Okay. Will we survive? We'll see right now. Opponents, what do you got? Bring it on. They're going to keep throwing away Atroxes. They only have 2 mana, though, so... Okay. It's a Flying Frog now. We're not going to block. So the only awkward part is just having to deal with their Frog. But if we can get to our Fatal Push, we might be okay. Psychic Frog number 2. Yeah. Frog is powerful, though. Then spun it with a question. How do you feel about escape mechanic? I do like, to a degree, the escape mechanic. But I don't know if it's been balanced properly, I guess I would say. That's probably the question I would probably ask to figure out, like, okay. Okay, exile to 1 creature. Okay. It's tempting to put in Graveyard Trespasser, but I need the mana open for Spell Pierce. So, a little bit of an awkward spot here. Okay. Okay. So, if our opponent pumps up the Frog, they can eat 3, 4, 4, 5. So they need to eat 2 cards in order to do it. Okay. Actually, no attacks yet. This is the only awkward part about this deck right now. So our opponent has a better plan because they're more along the lines of a reanimation deck. And because of that, what ends up happening is their Frogs, as long as they can keep generating stuff, they will be able to pull off their game plan here. But we'll see. Our opponent can't eat too many cards, though, because that does mean they will lose their Atroxes. Okay. Opponent is getting a little cheeky, though. They have 1 card left. Wow, they threw it all away. Okay. Okay. They have just enough to get both cards to fly. Ugh. Okay, well, they swing with both. Okay, so let's see, how do we do this here? I can't have them get off any more cards, so we're just going to have to block. Not what I want to do, but this is what we unfortunately are at right now. I can't afford to have them give us too many hits. Okay, we pass. Wow, they kept both open. So unearth. We will bring back the eyeball again. Okay. Whew. All right. I'm still not feeling too good about our plan right now because we don't really have... Oh, jeez. We keep getting... Unfortunately, we're manifesting the wrong cards. We definitely could have used that Baleful Mastery just to at least slow down our opponent. But right now, they're... They have enough cards to at least make one of their creatures fly. Alright, and they get to Surveil. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Opponents, what do you got? Oh, what's my favorite Planeswalker to use? That's a good question. I'll have to think about that for a second there. So, let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to take out 1 Frog. So 1 Frog is down. They draw 1 card. Just 1. Okay. All right. So we will probably need to bring in Graveyard Trespasser here. But it's probably not enough. Dang. We could eat one of the Atroxas. Just for stabilization purpose. But man, that's just not enough. Dang. Okay, well, if we only were able to eat one more card, I think we could have stabilized. But unfortunately, our opponent has enough in hand where, yeah. Alright, looks like our opponent got us. Dang. It's okay, though. It's okay, we're going to game 2. Okay, so with this plan, now that we know what our opponent is throwing at us, let's see. So Surgical Extraction's coming in for sure. Mystical Dispute's coming in for sure. And Soul Guide Lantern is also definitely coming in. Fatal Push for the Frog. Okay, so with that. I would have to say my favorite Planeswalker. That's a good question. I think the Planeswalker I play the most is probably Chandra. Mostly just because I kind of associate myself with her style. I do like what she does. I mostly have liked almost all of her Planeswalker cards. Yes, there's a couple of janky ones, but I do like her quite a bit. I think she's actually a pretty cool character, and I do like her design for most of her cards. But also it's just because I tend to be mostly an aggro burn player, so she's definitely in my wheelhouse. Not sure how I feel about the new one. It's okay, but it doesn't feel like it fits what Chandra is, so it's an interesting take. But we're definitely going to look at seeing what we can do with her in the future once we get more of Ether Drift revealed. All right, we got to cut down 7 cards. So let's see. All right, so with that, we want to keep control of the board. So Stormwing Entity is going to get chopped. Graveyard hit, we definitely need that. Mystical Disputes, yes. Counter spells. Let's see. The Bowmaster plan. Let's see. Well, let's see here. We'll cut the Brainstorms and the Bowmasters. Okay. We're going to go with this one. So this one is a much more controlling hand. We're just trying to focus on trying to keep the board clear of their select creatures. So, hopefully we'll see. We'll see. Remember that giant vehicle card that costs 1 mana? That works with New Chandra. Yes, it does. I'm already kind of brewing that, and I'm going to try to see if I can kind of put part of it together over my vacation whenever I kind of come up with a little bit of time in between the trip. So, don't worry. I already put up on the Discord exactly the first card we're going to be building around once we get Ether Drift out. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. It finally gives us one card that actually really makes vehicles extremely, extremely busted. But okay, before we get to that, let's see. All right, we're going to mulligan this. Okay. Well, I think we'll have to hold on to this one. We'll put back one of the Undercity Sewers. Okay. We will play Polluted Delta, and we'll pass. Okay. So, what do we got, opponents? Polluted Delta first as well. Oh, they got the Modern Prizes 3-1. We got the Concentric here 1. But okay. Show me what you got, opponents. Godless Shrine. Okay. Thoughtseize. Annoying. But it's fine. It's fine. Counterspell's gone, unfortunately. Crack the Polluted Delta. And then we'll throw in Undercity Sewers. Toss away the island. Alright, Spell Pierce will be good for later. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Psychic Frog. First out. Pass. So, does our opponent have removal, or do they have another Psychic Frog that they can pump up? They do. Okay. Well, this is going to get a little tricky, everybody. A little dicey, but we're going to try. Because our opponent does have more cards than us, so that kind of puts them at an edge. Ugh. They're already starting to toss cards out. But we have a Fatal Push here. Sorry, opponent. Say goodbye to your froggy. Denied. Okay, this is actually good, because now we can kind of bump ourselves back up again. Draw another card. Good. Undercity Sewers. Ooh, Unearth. That's actually good. We'll keep that. Okay. Dan Splinit, my favorites are definitely like Ashiok and Chandra, but I wish I had more cards to go for maybe Nico Bolas. Oh, I keep forgetting about Nico Bolas too. I know in the lore he's kind of not a thing anymore, but okay. But at the same time, I'm not surprised that you of course picked those ones. I know you've mentioned before like you use Chandra quite a bit, so no surprise there. At some point though, I probably let's see if we ever get a new Nico Bolas, maybe we'll look back at his cards, but it's been quite a while, so I don't think we're going to get anything with him. But we'll see. All right, in the meantime, let's swing. Maybe we can draw some cards here. This will be good. If we can draw cards, we'll be in a good spot. Ooh, Orcish Bowmaster. All right. All right. Ping us. Opponent. They let it go. Okay. So we will get pinged for just a moment, but that's okay. All right, so let us... How do we do this, actually? I think we will have to wait... Well, actually, hold on. If I do this now... No, actually, I'll still have the Spell Pierce open. Okay. Discard now. The Oculus goes. We unearth it. There we go. Much better. All right. Okay, so the manifesting begins. All right, opponents. We've got our clock now. Do you have an answer? Problem with Nico Bolas is he's hella expensive and requires 3 colors. Yeah, every time you see Nico Bolas, you kind of are stuck having to play mid-range or control. You can't really be aggro with him. Oh, and our opponent has had enough. All right, so we're going to game 3 now. Let's see. Can we push this out? Can we get them with what we have? Okay. So, what do we do? Do we change anything? I think we're just going to keep what we have. I think that's perfectly fine with what we have. All right, let's see. Let's see. Can we beat our opponent here? All right. So we got a Baleful Mastery for instant removal, Graveyard Trespassers for Graveyard Hate, a Psychic Frog, which is good, and the Mystical Dispute for Counterspell. Nice. I think this should be fine. Okay, opponent. Tap land. Grief. Oh, boy. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay. Opponent is definitely not playing fair. So they threw away our frog. But that's okay. We will put down the island and we'll pass. Okay, so we still have a Mystical Dispute to work with anyway. Wow, our opponent really wanted to make sure that we did not have our frog. But we still have ways of bringing it back, so that's our advantage. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Opponent's going to try to discard us. Then Splinit. Are there any good planeswalkers for Dimir control by any chance? Besides Ashiok? Good question. I kind of have to look again. I think Tezzeret might be your only option. It's a little limited. Tezzeret's expensive usually, but his style tends to also gear towards more artifacts. So you could go with an artifact style of deck? Maybe. Maybe that might be what you're looking for. I'd have to look for you. Okay, so we do have a frog, which is good. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand and only 2 lands. So with a frog out, we should be able to beat them here. But okay, let's see. Opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got.
Time to do.
Okay. Solitude. Wow, our opponent is playing all the incarnations? Boy, this is so annoying. Alright. Alright, it's fine. Boo. Okay. Alright. It's fine. We'll shake it off. We're okay. Throw away the Surveil. Okay. Opponent still only has 2 cards in hand. Okay, so we did get the Oculus, which is nice. But we don't have enough cards in the yard yet for this, so... okay. We'll have to wait it out for a bit. Got a polluted delta. They sack it. At the very least, though, we still have a counterspell, so we are at least in a good spot against our opponent. They don't have that much to work with here, so hopefully we should be able to get him here. Okay, so let's see. Undercity Sewers. I guess we'll throw the Graveyard Trespasser in there. All right, well, we have enough for the Oculus. We came here to summon an eyeball, and we did it. All right. Okay, opponents. Clock is ticking. Do you have an answer? Oh, wow. They hit those. Oh, wow. They went with full power with the Grief. Wow. Okay. Well, we do have enough where we can just get rid of it, so that's not a problem for us. I actually don't even care if they actually... All right, 7. We Manifest Dread again. All right. It doesn't do anything else, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. We actually don't even care that it's on the field then. Oh, Grief number 2? Okay, well, for that... Counterspell it. Bye-bye. Okay, I think that's game, everybody. That's game. That's it. Yes. We got him. Victory. You have no options left, opponents. No options left. Opponents? You there? Did our opponent just give up? Okay, well, while they're thinking, okay. Dense Splinets. Also, Ether Drift brought a new Gear Hulk for Dimir. It's like Thoughtseize, but it gives you a card as a pity reward. I think that card might be decent for Standard, but I think that's only where it's going to be good at. The new Gear Hulk that's Dimir, it looks kind of cool, but I don't think that card's going to go good out of Standard. So I think that'll be perfectly fine for a Standard Dimir control deck. Not necessarily for anything else, because it's kind of expensive, and it doesn't give you enough value for, what was that, 4 mana? That's not enough value. At least in my opinion. Opponents? Opponents? Hello? Hello? Opponents? Opponents? Is our opponent just salty? Did they disconnect? I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen next? To be continued. Anytime now, opponents. Okay. Well, while they're doing that, as again, a friendly reminder for everybody that is watching, if you do like the content, and if you do want to enjoy maybe playing this version of the deck we're playing today, I know there's variants already, but if you want my version specifically, I'll leave a link, of course, at the end of the stream, and I'll add it to the details once this goes up on a replay on YouTube. Whether you're watching from YouTube, from X/Twitter, Instagram, what else are we on? Kick? Yeah, sure, we're on Kick too. Or anything else, you can check out, of course, the replays in those various locations. But the main place you want to see me, of course, is YouTube itself. So if you haven't already done so, like, follow, and subscribe. We also want to remind you that we do have a Patreon where if you want to spend only $3 a month to support me, and again, help continue keep making this channel do what it does, you can also spend there to get a little bit of extra content. We'll have, of course, some extra bonus footage. You'll get to see the test decks that I get to do and some of the gameplay that doesn't quite make it to main videos for all kinds of different reasons. Sometimes it's either just me getting badly crushed or maybe just decks that just didn't quite work out. But if you do like that, I would appreciate that. And of course, one final thing I want to add is you're never obligated, of course, to spend money on me. All I just ask is, as long as you're enjoying the content, give a like, share what I have, spread the word, and grow this group of fiery friends. Okay. All right, enough of me chatting away here. Let's get our win, everybody. We're swinging. Block whatever you want, opponent. It don't matter. We got the win. Come on, opponent. Let me have it. Come on, opponent. Let me have this. Come on. Don't be salty. All right. Well, that's it. Our opponent just kind of wasn't there anymore. So, yay. We got another win. All right. The streak is going, everybody. We are 7-0 today. Amazing. 6-0 in best of 1 and 1-0 so far in best of 3. So I'm liking. This is the best we've ever done on stream. No, seriously, this really is the best in terms of wins so far. It's incredible. All right, so at this point, if I lose for the remainder of the stream, I don't care anymore. We've actually done an incredible job, and I think I might just call it now. If you can afford to put this deck together, do it. It's an amazingly powerful deck. I definitely would say this is probably one of the better decks that I definitely have played. And I'm honestly not really a good player. I tend to make a lot of fumbles, but this deck actually is really, really solid. Okay. Let's see. Can we keep the streak going, everybody? Can we keep it going? Well, we'll find out right here. Okay. Okay, so we have a Watery Grave. Not enough lands. This would be an okay hand, but it is a little greedy. I don't know if I should keep this, though. We are going first. So, Do we keep this? Are we greedy? Let's mulligan, just to play it safe. Okay. Oh. Ew. We still didn't get anything. Okay, but we have brainstorms. So I'm going to put back one brainstorm. All right, we're going to try it this way. Pay 2. Pass. I know. I don't like to mulligan too much here. I'd like to work with what we got, but I don't like to mulligan more than twice because then things get very, very dicey. Okay, opponent. Show me what you got. Okay, so we are going to do this. Oh, dear. Okay, we did not get any lands. Let's see. We'll do it this way. We'll put back those two. Because we'll use the consider to throw away one card here. Pass. Okay, opponents. So it looks like they're going to be playing a very low to the ground deck when they might be going wide here. I don't know if it's the energy deck. We'll see right now. We'll Fatal Push away the Ocelot Pride while we can. Okay. We're still not getting our lands. Very awkward. We're going to have to wait it out for a bit here. Okay. Is there a way to get around this? If we get a land drop next spot right here, we should be okay. Maybe. Dense Planet. I was thinking about general planeswalkers to put in as a blue color or black color. Okay. So I think I probably would ask you, Dense Planet, is this for the Dimir rooms? Or is this like a different control deck you're looking at? I think that's probably what I would ask you. And at least trying to figure this out. Okay, we'll consider before the monkey comes down. Wow. Crack of the Marsh Flats already. Okay, well, that's fine. We kind of got off to an awkward start with this one. I don't know if we're going to win this one because we're not hitting our land drops, which is unfortunate for us, but we'll see. Okay, opponent. Okay. Oh, come on. Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. All right, well, it was an Oculus anyway, so, all right. Our opponent will ping us. So it looks like they're playing a very low-to-the-ground token deck that is interesting, and we're not getting our land drops. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, the only thing we can do, at least, is we can still bring back an Oculus on 1 mana, which is hilarious. But okay. I mean, we have a threat now, which is nice, but I don't know if it's going to survive. Ugh, this is such a sketchy game right now. We're still in the danger zone because oh wow, we're still not getting our land drops? Come on, deck. Don't betray me now. I know it. I know it. At some point, I knew we were not going to have our lucky streak last longer than this far, so I believe that Arena has conspired to stop us from winning now. Oh boy, wow. Alright, so I'm guessing it's like some kind of Mardu energy deck? Running very low to the ground busted cards. Although I'll be honest, I kind of secretly like what this deck is doing. It looks so gnarly, but... Maybe I'll look at what our opponent has in the future. Okay, we finally got our land drop, but it might be too little too late here, but okay. Okay. So... we should be able to stop our opponent here on this turn here. Okay. They pay the energy cost. Do you swing? Yes, you do. Okay, so here's how we do this. Our own Orcish Bowmaster now has to ping out. So monkey gone. Block their Bowmaster. Do they have another one, though? They don't. Okay, we're down to 9, so we're still in a very iffy spot here. Can we get out of this? We'll find out. Goblin Bombard. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so they're going to sack their... Yep. That means that flips a Johnny. But I kind of like what our opponent's doing here. I kind of like their deck. Honestly, I might steal this one for a future video. Just an FYI. Okay, Undercity Sewers. So let's see. Is there a way out of this? Orcish Bowmaster again. Okay. Johnny's got to go bye-bye. Oh, yeah, for Dimir rooms. Like, for 15 rooms, I'm using Narset. Okay. Interesting. Well, Narset definitely isn't a powerful one, and I probably would say that might be your best option for you. Oh, come on, opponents. All right. Well, looks like our opponent here might be taking game 1 for sure. Oh. Yeah. Looking bad. Down to 1. Okay, well, I think this is it for this one. They sack. And we lose. Okay. Game 1 goes to our opponent here, but that's okay. Let us see. What should we do? Okay, so if our opponent is playing Mardu, I think this is the Harbinger of the Seas game. Oh, we can just lock them out completely with islands. Oh, that'd be hilarious. In terms of anything else, let's see. I think the Toxic Deluge might be the choice here. Fatal Push coming into. Let's see. Coastline to Memory. I know, looks like Arena's trying to... I don't know why they're recommending these for us, but we don't need those. Okay. Yeah, Orcish Bowmasters is beyond annoying. Very expensive in paper, and absolutely just wrecks a lot of things. It's kind of, in a way, its own mini Wrath, if you will. Very oppressive card. And has literally locked out a lot of decks like White Weenies in Modern. So it's very oppressive. But in our instance today, we're going to try to take advantage of that. So let's see. What do we do here? So we brought in pretty much most of our removal. What do we not need, though? We need to stay low to the ground to stop our opponent. So Stormwing Entity is going to go bye-bye. We'll keep most of our removal. We'll kind of put in the Toxic Deluge here. I hope that we can bring in the Harbinger of the Seas. That'll completely lock our opponent out if we can grab that. Let's see. Counter spells. Mana Drain. I guess the Spell Pierce will be fine. We're going to cut those Brainstorms because we don't want to get punished by their card draw shenanigan punishment. Okay, we'll keep this. Okay. Still not sure about this one. This is still a very iffy match for me, but we're going to try to find a way around it. But yeah, I definitely agree. Orcish Bowmasters, an absolutely oppressive Magic card. I cannot believe they made something so powerful, though. All right, so our hand here. Yeah, we'll just play that. We'll consider. Of course, they have the turn 1 Thoughtseize every single time, but that's okay. This time, we'll Spell Pierce it. All right, so far so good. But can we beat our opponent here? Thoughtseize again. Okay, this time, Bowmasters comes down for free, basically. So they can throw away one of our removal spells. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do. And it's next to all the mighty One Ring. Oh yeah, the One Ring also absolutely busted. But some way, somehow, there's still cards. I mean, I've had my thoughts about the One Ring. Wow, Guide of Souls too. Okay. Okay, opponent. Well, in that case, Fatal Push away the Guide of Souls. We can't have them gaining any more life. We need to keep the pressure on our opponents. Down to 12. All right. Opponent's got more cards than us, but they're definitely feeling it now. Okay, Watery Grave. Down to 10. Okay, so our opponent knows we only have one card in hand, but we're going to flip it in just a second here to see if maybe we can get another spell out. Consider. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Actually, I'm going to keep that. Okay, opponents. Do they get a free Guide of Souls? They do. That's annoying. Oh, okay. We got the Fatal Push. That's good. So with that, can't have them gain life. All right, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Okay, so still not sure about how we're going to pull this one off. But with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, we can start eating stuff, and we will have at least one threat to kind of start building up our game plan. If we can get an eyeball, that is actually probably what should help us clinch this. But we'll see. Opponent makes a cat token.
Nothing
Meow meow.
is more important than family.
Down to 16. Okay, so we got a counter spell. Let's fire up our Eye Tyrant. Please don't have removal. Oh, they have removal, don't they? Oh, jeez. They're looking at it. Come on, really? Ugh. Boo. Wow. Oh, well. All right, no attacks. All right, our opponent now is starting to gain momentum against us, so we're not looking too good here. No blocks. Down to 12. We had the edge for a bit, but our opponent here with the Goblin Bombardment, the Ajani's, they'll just sack now. Ajani flips. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Dang. Well, I mean, the way this is going right now, I mean, I didn't think we were going to have our win streak forever, but that's okay. It happens. Still, at the very least, we went 7-0 today. Before we probably... I know this game is not over, but... Oh, come on. Really? Ugh. Ah! Jesus. All right. Again, I hate alchemy cards, and this one is so stupid. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Look at this. Absolutely ridiculous. So they start making some stupid stuff with this, which is absolutely ridiculous. Densplender, honestly, the most obnoxious comp of cards: Shieldred, Bowmaster, and the One Ring. Historic, but literally is in shambles. Yeah, actually, I think it was over a year and a half ago that I put together a really gnarly deck. It was just mono black, every single busted card you can think of. The deck actually cost in paper, oh geez, $1,000, but the deck has Shieldred, Orcish Bowmasters, the One Ring, everything else you can think of. It was an absolutely oppressive deck. It was very, very bad, though. I mean, it was powerful, but I felt kind of dirty playing it. Okay. Opponent hits us to 5. We're not going to survive the hit here. I mean, I can block whatever, but it's not enough. Because they can sack it. Yep. That's game. All right. That was our first loss today, everyone, but dang, what a sad one, too. Oh, well. Well, hey, we had a good run, everybody. 7 wins before we got to our first loss today, but hey, that's not bad. I know I'm being a little dramatic, but hey, it was actually not a good run. Very good run. That really was the best run of wins we've ever had on stream, so I'm glad we actually got it there. Yep, that's okay, Densplanet. Considering everything has happened today, I think we should be very proud of how far we've come. So I'm very happy about that. It's okay. In any case, we're going to shake it off. We're going to get to our next game.
All right, so it's Spell Pierce, Counterspell, Abhorrent. All right. We got removal. We got eyeballs. We got counterspells. I think we can beat our opponent here. Show me what you got.
Opponent's name is... Oh, that's kind of cute. Now, our opponent is literally called I Am Groot. How adorable up here. Okay. Well, Groot, do you have what it takes to beat me? You'll see right now. We'll shock ourselves for Watery Grave so we have a Spell Pierce open, just in case. Question for those of you that have seen the Ether Drift spoilers. Is there any vehicles that are interesting to you? I'm definitely looking at building maybe for our first deck. It's got to be a vehicles deck. But is there anything that excites you right now about any of the vehicles that you have seen? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys about what vehicles maybe we can build around. We've done a couple of vehicle decks in the past, but it's been a couple months. I think the last vehicle deck I put together was... Oh, it was... What was it here? Well, I'm trying to think right now. Trying to think. What was it? Oh, that's right. It was the Rip deck from Duskmourn. We put together a Selesnya build. That was actually kind of fun. A very janky one, but it did work. Okay, in the meantime, let us get Undercity Sewers. We'll Surveil. Brainstorm. We'll let that go. I'll let that one go. Opponents, putting stuff back. Oh, interesting they did that. Let's see. I'll throw away the Stormwing Entity. I haven't had a chance to use it as much as I thought I was going to. Another Undercity Sewers. We will throw away the Consider. And we'll pass here. Okay, opponents. What do you got? Nothing so far? Okay. Well, let's try to get a threat on board now. Ooh, Mana Drain. Ugh. Well, that's unfortunate for us, but that's okay. We can still make it work with what we got. Let's play Graveyard Trespasser. We will eat their Mana Drain. Oh, num num num. Dense Blood, and of course, Timeless allows Alchemy of all things. Wizards? Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Wow, Source of Plowshare. Okay. We got to eat a card, but they also tossed away a card too. Okay, what is our opponent playing? I swear, if it's Teferi, I'm going to vomit. Oh, come on! Really?
Let's slow this down.
Jeez.
That's more like it.
Teferi. Okay. Okay, breathing in. Can we get around a Teferi? I guess we'll find out here. Okay. So, in any case, we'll shock ourselves again. We will Brainstorm. Yeah. This Teferi is very, very oppressive. Unfortunately, very, very oppressive. But okay. We need to find a way around it. Okay. So, can we get around 3-drop Teferi? Also another absolutely broken card.
Got time.
I probably wouldn't complain too much again if it weren't for the alchemy cards. A lot of the alchemy cards kind of warp how I take Timeless into account. But again, I would be a bit of a hypocrite if I said I don't play alchemy at all. There are maybe 1 or 2 alchemy cards I have admitted I do still play, somewhat. So those cards specifically are, well, it's mostly just burn cards, so that's mostly why I use them. Okay, Brainstorm again. Oh, that's right. Ugh, I can't do that because of the Narset. Well, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Put those 2 cards back. No drawing cards for us. But we can... We'll threaten our opponents. Yeah. I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention at all. But okay. Here's how we do this. We will Undercity Sewers. Okay. Well, the Mana Drains can't do anything for us now. But we can start manifesting. So we do have a way of kind of building up a threat against our opponent. If they don't have anything in hand, we technically can get around stuff. Maybe.
I know this Teferi can bounce things, which is also obnoxious, but let's see if we can get around it. We shall see. Oh, they bounce back actually our removal. I'll take that, opponent. Thank you. I appreciate that. But our opponent's got 3 cards in hand now. Is there a way out of this? They're digging. So here comes the value train. Oh, they got the Day of Come on. Really? Really? Ugh, disgusting. I mean, at this point, yes, I can get rid of Big Teferi.
Now what?
But at this point, it might not be enough. Dang. Wow, when we get hit hard with losses, we get hit hard with losses here. Okay. All right.
I'm known for my Let's
Dang.
Get to the good part.
I don't know if we're going to get around this now. Our opponent has managed to find their way out of the hole that they got dug into. I mean, sure, I got a counterspell, but I got nothing right now. Okay. I'll give it another turn or two, and I'll probably just jump to game 2. I think I probably have an idea, at least, of how we can build this up, because, yeah, they've stopped us completely. All right. Can we counterspell 3 fairy? If they counterspell us, yeah, we're done. Yep. All right, forget it. We're going to game 2. We can't get through this much Planeswalker value. We just couldn't do it. Okay. All right, shaking it off. Not a big deal. So, in the meantime, we need to figure out what we should be doing here. So, let's see. Mystical Disputes definitely are coming in. Get rid of the Fatal Pushes. Okay, Storming Entity is going to go bye-bye. Surgical Extraction coming in. Let's see. Is this the Brazen Borrower or the... Yeah, definitely we need Extraction. We definitely need that card. Okay. Oh yeah, Heartbringer also will lock them out. That's true. Okay, so in that case... But what do we cut? We can cut 1 card. I guess I can cut 1 Brainstorm. I think that... Let's see. Is this the Cosign to Memory? Let's see. Countering those activated abilities will be kind of awkward if we can't do it. If they have to fairy down. I don't know. Maybe. Let's keep this what we have. Let's see if we can run it this way. We need to keep those Planeswalkers off the field. If even 1 to fairy or even a Narset resolves, then we're going to be having a rough time trying to dig our way out. But we'll see. Our opponent definitely is going to have their options. I will say that for sure. So, we only have 1 creature here, but that's okay. We're going to hopefully dig into what we need. We need to keep up the mana still for counterspells. Okay? Alright. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle. But I'm going to try to fight it out as best I can. Okay, Undercity Sewers. We will surveil Polluted Delta. I will keep... Okay, hold on. Put down the island. I'll pass. Okay. Can we fight through this? Is there a way out of this? We will find out. Okay. Okay, consider. Start filling up the yard. Start digging for our pieces. Okay, Otawara, throw that away. We have enough lands now. Another Graveyard Trespasser. I guess that's fine. Throw away the Watery Grave. Oops. Turn my little thing here around. Like I'm on fire. There we go. Much better. Okay. Polluted Delta again. We have to keep up the mana still for counterspell, so we're going to have to wait for a little bit. Alright. Come on, opponents. What do you got? Polluted Delta 2. Alright. I guess we'll crack ours first. And let's see. Alright. Undercity Sewers again. Doing our surveilling. Filtering. Okay. Nice. Better. That's what we wanted. Okay. Into the yard you go. Okay. So with that, another island, which is good. Okay. So we came here to bring back eyeballs. That's what we're here for. That's what y'all came here to see. Crack of the polluted delta. What is your answer, opponents? Another island. Is there a counterspell coming right now? Mana drain. Okay. Let us counterspell that. Do you have another answer, opponents? Oh, come on. Wow, they actually got it off. Well. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. We do have more options. But right now our opponent has mana, Strict Proctor. Okay. Okay. Now they're going to start ramping here. Okay. Let us Graveyard Trespasser. Okay. We will eat a card. Actually, we don't need to, actually. We just need to get a threat on board. Brainstorm. They draw 3. I also forgot. I'm looking at the clock right now. This, depending on how this one goes, this might be our last one. So probably once I finish this match, I also realize I'm going to have to get ready for work. I have to do my big boy job. So for those that don't know, I do have a big boy job. As much as I like to stream, sadly, I have to work a big boy job in order to support me. At least until maybe someday I become oh so popular here on streaming and on YouTube. So I will try to see if I can get another stream going again over the weekend before I take off on my trip. But until then, if you do want to show some love, you know where to find me. I'm sure you also will see all the fun little links for that. In the meantime, our opponent here is going to be a little frustrating to get through. I'm going to try. Let's see. Another Undercity Sewers to keep filtering through the deck. Oh, wait, I forgot. Our opponent turns that off with Strict Proctor. Oh, such an annoying card. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let's do this first. Let us swing it to Fairy. Or eat a Mystical Dispute. Do they block? Opponents? They do block. Okay. Okay, so with that, I guess we'll wait a bit. How do you win with caves? Well, I'm glad you asked. Don't worry, I will explain that. It's a very convoluted deck, but hear me out, Densplinit. Once the video goes live for everybody else who hasn't seen it yet, who is not a Fiery Fun member, you'll see. It actually works surprisingly well. Although a little clunky, though. But it does work.
Keep up the pace.
Okay. So, let's see. Opponents? What do you got? Just such an annoying... Yeah, Teferi really is extremely powerful. Boasted, I would even say. Just because I just have a hard time trying to get through him. Opponent's got... Now they're getting the rest of their stuff. Esper. Alright, counterspell. Do you have an answer, opponents? Tested talents. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll have to do this now. Okay, Teferi is off the field. And our opponent, unfortunately, has now gotten rid of our counterspells. Ugh. Still not out of the danger zone just yet. We're still a little rough, but we're going to try. We will try. Yeah, I thought it was Azorius too. It's Esper, which that doesn't really make it any better, though. I mean, we still have to deal with a lot of annoying stuff, but we're going to try to find a way around it. Okay, so we have a mana drain, so we still have some counterspells left. We will eat that Strict Proctor to do some life gain and drain. Go up to 18, they go down to 13. Do you block opponents? They don't. Okay. Okay. It could still go either way. Our opponent has 4 cards in hand. I mean, we're protected to a degree from... Oh, wait. Okay, so hold on. Does this counter spell? Please? Jeez. Okay. They have to discard a card in order for them to do this thing they're going to do. Okay. Well, not quite what I wanted to see, but okay. Okay, they crack. Go down to 9. We're still at 17, so we got plenty of life. But we need to make sure they slow down their shenanigans here. We will eat, I guess, Dovin's Veto. We resolve. Sack that. And pay the 1. All right. All right, throw away the Consider. Draw another card. Spell Pierce. Doesn't do too much right now. Yeah, Vraska was not expecting on this one. Okay, they draw 3. They got to put back 2. But we'll see. It's still tricky one way or the other. It still can be tricky. Is there a way to calculate my way out of this? I don't know. All right, 2 cards in hand. Do they have anything else? Swords the Plowshare. They throw away their Narset. Wow. Okay. They're doing everything they can to just keep themselves in this game. They're up to 5, though, on stuff. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that might help. Okay, we eat 6 cards. Does our Oculus actually survive? Oh, come on! Really? Jeez. Oh, boy. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, well, Froggy, it's all up to you. An idea. Esper Poison with Vraska, then Explore? I mean, you probably could put together a really good Esper control deck utilizing, say, Vraska as your finisher, and then utilizing maybe your other pieces. Oh, alright. Our opponent's going to now pull away. That Oculus really was our last hope of getting around our opponent here, but yeah, Narset's going to help them dig out what they need. So they have a Wrath anyway, which is unfortunate. Okay. Well, I don't even know what to hit here. Okay. Block opponent? Yeah. I mean, I can get rid of the stupid Strict Proctor, but it's not enough. So, they could Wrath the board now, but it's just not enough. Yeah. The Corrupt cards, too, also can work. You definitely can put something... Oh. No. I'm sad. I don't think we're going to find a way out of this now, everybody. So they can bounce away our Frog. They could draw cards, flip Tameo, and I think that's pretty much game. Yeah, I'll give it one more card draw, and I don't think we're going to get there. Because they investigate. Don't do any damage, but they do go get the draw card. Lots of cards. Ugh, 3 Planeswalkers. There's no way around that. They didn't even bother bouncing our creature. They just don't care. They really don't. They proliferate. That pumps up everything. That flips Tameo. Yeah. Ouch. I mean, this is also why I've told myself a couple times, I'm not a fan of control decks. It really is just a game of, okay, play this, and this, and then just go off. I mean, okay. Well, I mean, we got one more shot here with one more eyeball. Can we get this to resolve? Maybe? Please? No. Alright, fine. You win, opponents! Absolutely terrible, by the way. Wow. Not quite how I want to end the stream, everybody, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll just have to get them next time. There's just too much value there that we just couldn't overcome. Well, I mean, I guess you can kind of figure out there now how it all will go discussion-wise. But in any case, that's going to be it for us, everybody, because I do need to start getting ready for my big boy job. But before we go, as always, we got to wrap up with our quick little review of the deck overall and how it did. So that was basically iManifest for you in the Timeless format. So you tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? I'll be honest, the deck is amazing, and I actually really do like it. Yes, you kind of saw there was a couple matches we just got outvalued. That mid-range deck ran lower than we could, and they just got around our counterspells enough where they just kind of steamrolled us. Same thing also with the Super Friends control deck you saw there. I can't stand fighting control, but I mean, it happens. So we just couldn't outvalue them. We just couldn't get around their counterspells. So it happens. But as you saw from our best of one, we went on an amazing streak. We got 6 wins, no losses in best of one. We won our first best of 3, but overall, it was still a really good record. So would I recommend this deck? Definitely. Play this deck. It is so good. You definitely actually will get pretty far with it. I think I might actually play it a little bit longer just to rank up on my own free time. I really do like how this deck turned out. It was amazing. So yeah, definitely I would say if you can afford it, put it together. As far as for those of you out there that like to follow me for my budget stuff, I don't know how to cut this down to a budget. I don't know if you can make this a budget deck. It's really, really hard to do. I mean, there's going to be some key pieces, like the most essential pieces you need for the deck. Psychic Frog, Abhorrent Oculus, and I guess the counterspells. Oh, why couldn't counterspell just be a common? It's a common in paper, so I don't get why you have to spend rares in Arena for this. Someday, hopefully, they'll fix that. But until then, the most things you need the most will definitely be the Abhorrent Oculus and the Psychic Frog. As far as the remainder, I probably would say, I don't know, maybe spend rares minimum on the Polluted Deltas just so you can get stuff into the yard and also fix your mana base, what you need. That's what I would say. If you're going to build this deck on an ultra budget, that's the minimum you can get away with. Everything else kind of comes down to, again, what you can afford and just build from there. So if you're interested in me putting together a budget version of this, let me know here, or I guess you could say even in the Discord if you haven't done so already. I'm sure we can find in the Discord like a cheap version of this, but it might not be as good. So just FYI. Otherwise, I think I would definitely say if you can afford it, one more time, play it. It's fun. It's exciting. It is definitely takes a bit of a learning curve because you definitely need to kind of figure out your game plan with when to discard cards for Psychic Frog or when to make it flying. And just that decision-making tree definitely makes this a little bit of a trickier deck to pilot, but it is very satisfying when you get your wins. You saw today, we managed to outmaneuver our opponents in best of one quite a bit. Okay, enough of me rambling here. One more time, again, thank you for everybody that has shown up. As for, again, for those of you that are still watching near the very end of the stream, you are my true fiery friends. So to show you real quick, what are we going to be building and what are we going to be looking at for the next week or so? So one more time, I do want to remind everyone, I will be on vacation starting on Monday. So for the week, I already kind of have a deck pre-scheduled already. So basically, Caves is done. If you are part of our members already on YouTube, you can actually get a sneak peek of that right now before it goes live midweek around Wednesday. I'm also going to redo some of my booster pack opening videos. I got some feedback from some of you on the Discord about how we can make them a little bit more exciting. So I'm going to try to revamp those to make them a little bit more fun with some fun commentary as I open booster packs. Now, as far as what we're streaming on Sunday before I fly off, this is actually going to be a hard one. I'm debating between Bunny Burn or Bare Necessities. So maybe I'll put it to a vote after I'm done here. Would you guys like to see a standard deck where we try to burn our opponent out with rabbits? Or would you like to see a deck that converts all of our creatures into bears and just see if we can beat down our opponents with our value? But yeah, let me know. Otherwise, future deck techs, basically Phyrexia is coming soon. I am going to put together a deck tech for a deck you can make in Timeless that's all cheap. We're talking like no rares, no mythics, free burn. So that's actually something I'm really excited for. We'll, of course, throw out some more stuff as Ether Drift gets closer to release. Vampires might be one of the 4 colors here, along with Shrines, but I'm still on the fence of both because they're not working out too well. So I just need to kind of figure out, are these the right colors for these 4 color decks? But otherwise, I think that's mostly it, everybody. I don't really have anything else to say except thank you one more time for showing up today. For those of you that did, thank you for watching if you're watching on the replay. Shout out again one more time to those of you who are watching across my various socials that I'm live on. So those of you in Instagram right now. So Cardcraft Chronicles, thanks again for joining us. El Condor 1886, Blaze Volcano 51. I see Bernardo Nielsen. Sorry if I messed up your names there, but I do appreciate you guys watching from Instagram. A copy will be up there. As always, Den Splendid, you were my VIP today. Thanks again for hanging in there and chatting with me. I appreciate y'all. For those of you that have been watching also on YouTube or any other platform, even if you didn't interact with me today, I still appreciate you hanging out for me just the same. So with that ends the stream, everybody. Thanks to you one more time. Have a wonderful weekend. We will try to squeeze in one more stream on Sunday afternoon or evening, so stick around. I will, of course, announce it across socials, and I'll primarily talk about it on Discord. But otherwise, have a great Friday night, everybody, wherever you're at. And again, we will do this again very soon. But as always, just remember, no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again soon, everybody. Later.